Real quick before the video gets started, we've got shirts designed by yours truly, available in large, extra large, and 2XL. If you're interested in picking up one to support the channel, check the link in the description below. On to the video. Welcome back to another Tech Junkie video. I can't explain how excited I am about today's video, and it may not interest a lot of people. I just picked up my 2010 Dodge Journey from the Dodge dealership where I had it serviced. It spent a month there after sitting for a year not working. I had to drop a few $1,000s to get it back to running condition, but I just can't explain what this car means to me, and I don't know why. I probably should have scrapped it a year ago, but I didn't. When I bought my mom her Jeep Cherokee, I told her that I wanted to get this Journey back and have it fixed. And this is just the beginning of it. I'm gonna have it completely redone, interior, and probably do a wrap and tires and wheels on this car. And I'll chronicle that journey for those that may be interested. I don't know, but yeah, the reason I'm so excited about this car, this is the first car that I've ever bought from a dealer and kept the entire length of the contract. I bought this car about 10 years ago. It was my company car at the time. I got something different for my company car. I bought a Dodge Dart a couple years after I bought this, and that became my company car. So when that happened, I gave this to my wife. When her car broke, instead of selling it or trading it in, I gave it to her. She drove it for a couple of years. Then I got her something better. I gave this car to my mom. She drove it for a couple years and it broke down on her, and I got her something better. And instead of just junking it, I was like, you know, I paid for it for 6 years. It's paid for now. There's only a few things wrong that can be fixed, and the insurance is cheap. Why not just fix it? Now, I put more money into fixing it, and will continue to put more money in it than it's worth. Right now, I could have sold it without fixing it for about $1,000 or $1,500, but instead of going that route, I fixed it, and now it's fixed, and now it runs perfectly fine. And we have a car that seats 7 people, 3-row SUV, gets good gas mileage, and it's an RT, so it has the Pentastar V6 engine. This has the same engine as the GT Charger and the GT Challenger. It's a little more upgraded from the standard Journeys. And at the time in 2010, when this was brand new, this car was fully loaded. It had nav, leather, flip down TV, all the bells and whistles that you can imagine. And even still today, while the interior needs some cleaning and it needs some love, and I'm going to get it fully detailed, this car's still pretty loaded. You know, the nav is outdated, obviously, and the flip down doesn't work anymore. But you know, still, this is a nostalgic thing for me. This is a milestone thing for me. I bought this car from Crown Dodge 10 years ago, saw it through to the end of the contract, and it's paid for. It's the only thing that I've ever owned that was fully paid for like that, and I'm proud of that accomplishment. And now we're going to fix it. Now, a lot was wrong with it, but nothing that was so wrong with it that it couldn't be repaired. I debated putting a new engine in it. It didn't actually need a new engine, and it ended up needing some minor stuff. So we'll sit down and we'll go over the stuff that it needed, and we'll go from there. We plan on doing a Destroyer gray wrap, and we're going to do some black wheels and tires. Probably need a couple more things to get it fully functional again, but it runs good. Crank right up, it runs smooth. I mean, it runs as smooth now as it did 10 years ago when I first got it. So we're going to have some fun with this build, and we're going to chronicle it for everybody that might be interested. I mean, it is a 2010 Dodge Journey. Not anything special, but to me, it's an accomplishment for me. So we're going to keep it, and we're going to use it, and we're going to do some cool stuff with it. So stay tuned. This car needs a good detail. It probably hasn't been cleaned in a couple of years. It's been parked for at least the last year and a half. When I first got this car, it was top of the line. RT Journey is the top trim level that they ever offered. Fully loaded with moonroof and leather interior. Has a third row. I mean, it was awesome. One of the first cars I ever had to have navigation, and that doesn't work anymore, so that would need to be fixed. CD player, of course, from 10 years ago, 11 years ago. It needs a good detail. But I want to make this thing look new again. A lot of people would think it's not worth it, but I want to redo the headliner. The headliner is dirty and nasty. Redo the interior. Have the seats reupholstered. Complete makeover. All right, so we got the final rundown of what it cost me to have this Journey repaired. Originally, we took it in because as you would gain speed, if you got above 30 to 35 miles per hour, the car would start to shake really bad. So we took it in for that, and I went ahead and told them, I said, do a complete diagnostic on everything wrong with this car so that I can get it all fixed at once or decide it's not worth it. And originally, they came back with a bill that was almost $3,000. And as much as I want to get this car back to perfect, I didn't want to put $3,000 in mechanical repairs. I would have just replaced the engine altogether. So I asked, I was like, can we negotiate the price a little bit? I didn't know that if they would negotiate the price, and they ended up doing that. We ended up getting the total bill down to $1,933. You see right here, there's the total right there, $1,933.00. Now, these papers are a little more difficult to read, so I'm going to find the email. All right, so in the email, let's see if you can see that. Let's zoom in on the phone. All right, so the intake manifold needed to be replaced. $647.50 for that. Fuel injector, $266 for that. Fuel induction service, $199.95. Oil change, $87.86. The window switch was broken. Multi-vehicle inspection was done. I needed a key fob replaced, and it had a full brake job done. Now they ended up discounting the key fob even further. This original quote was for this was the second quote for $2,000. Ended up doing it for $1,933. So the Journey is fixed. Now it needs strictly cosmetic work, and we're going to start working on that. As I said before, I think I'm going to start with putting new headlights in. Those headlights are obviously 11 years old, and they're all faded and stuff. And watching the video online, I'm pretty sure that even though I have absolutely no automotive skill, no mechanical skill, I can replace the headlights. That's probably going to be the first thing we do. We also want to do wheels and tires, a wrap. Either that or paint it. Not sure which we're going to do on that yet. It definitely needs one or the other. And then I want to put a new headliner in, and I want to have the interior reupholstered. The last thing that I want to do, if it's even possible, is to completely redo the dash. That dash is outdated now. That navigation unit doesn't work anymore, and even when it does, it's turn knob. So I definitely want to do something with the dash. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys watching, and y'all take it easy.